What's up, everybody? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Before I get started on the gossip, I cannot forget about one of my most favorite people in this entire world's birthday is today, and that would be my Sita. Jada is 14 years old today. She was born on March 26, 2001. So yeah, she is I just love my Jada. I do. Jada puts me through a lot. She is a lot, but she's so funny. She makes me laugh. I like to talk to her. I like to listen to what she has to say. She's a good girl. You know, she has her she has her ways, but I just love my Sita, and today is her birthday, so just wishing her a happy birthday. 14. It's not as big as 13 and 16. So 14 is just, yeah, we got some stuff planned, but I mean, every year is a damn dramatization with Jada. Trust me, this girl always has to have a whole lot going on. But yeah, so that's it, you guys. I just wanted to say happy birthday to my Sita. Love you, Sita. Happy birthday. All right, you guys, enough of the mushy shit. Right, let me get to the gossip. Alright, you guys, first up, we have to talk about Tamar Braxton on her show The Real yesterday, and how she had a breakdown of sorts when the topic was about bullying. So if you guys haven't seen it, if you are on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen it a million times. The Asian girl on there was talking about being bullied and wondering, what would be the best response to people who are trying to bully you. And she picked Tamar out of the bunch, feeling like Tamar was so strong that Tamar would have the words to tell her child when he goes to school and may be facing the same thing. Now, before we even get started on Tamar, bullying is a big deal right now, but bullying is not really nothing new. I mean, when I was in middle school, my mom put me in Paul Revere Junior High School, which was not the school that I was supposed to go to. I did not know one person there, but I was supposed to go to Audubon, but Audubon is in the hood, and my mom was like, ain't no way this girl is going over there, because I had already shown promise of being some sort of like ghetto girl. So my mom kind of switched it up real fast and made me go to a school that was predominantly white at the time. Yeah, when I used to get on the bus, I used to dread it. They used to tease me. They used to call me the horse lady. They would neigh. Because here I am. I'm like this tall, extra skinny girl, and I used to have this thing like when I'm having a really good time, this is how you can know that I'm having a good time. When I be smiling and the top gum, like when all the pictures I'll be like this. That's when you know Roxanne is having a fucking good ass time. But see, over the years, I have perfected my smile, and I've gotten in control of the top lip so that the top gum don't show. But, when I was younger, I wasn't aware of all these things. So, they used to talk about me and call me the horse lady, and I used to hate getting on the bus. It was just, every day I knew it was going to happen. But eventually, it's subsided now in today's times with social media and the such, where what was once relegated to a school bus or a classroom or maybe even a school, now it can reach thousands upon thousands upon thousands, and people are bullied, and it just kind of takes on a whole another level. So that's why bullying today is not quite the same as what bullying was back in the 80s when I was in school. And I bring all this up because when the Asian girl asked Tamar what would she say to her son because she's so strong, Tamar broke down and was just like, I'm not strong. Like, I feel like I don't really know what to tell him because I'm still facing it. There's a particular person, we all know who that particular person is, who's started calling me a Muppet. Everybody started saying it so much that maybe I started to believe it. Like, I even asked Vince, did I look like a Muppet? And he said no. But she just had like this moment where she was kind of having a woe is me moment. Now, in Tamar's defense, nobody wants to be called names. It's very upsetting. I'm imagining that it's way worse when it's thousands of people calling you names day after day after day. Do I feel like she was sincere in what she did on the show? I feel like she was sincere in the fact that she was hurt, that people have been saying these things about her. And yeah, I mean, I feel like she meant what she said. But we cannot erase history, and we cannot forget about how we got to the whole Muppet situation. So just in case you don't remember, I'll remind you. Now, we know she's talking about K. Michelle. K. Michelle is the one who originated the whole Muppet term, and that was because Tamar had placed herself in the middle of this battle between Toya in Memphis and K. Michelle. Made some comments, and you guys know K. Michelle. She is not going to back down from anybody. Whoever comes after her, she is going to have a response. And so she got the term Muppet started, and it picked up because, you know, Tamar has her times when she doesn't look her best, just like everybody else does, okay? But it's on a bigger scale because Tamar is on TV. But Tamar has brought a lot of this on herself. There's been many times that K. Michelle has extended the olive branch of friendship, tried to bury the hatchet plenty of times, tried to tell Tamar that she doesn't want to fight with her and she doesn't have a problem with her, and Tamar will always keep it going. We just cannot forget about those things. And you know, maybe Tamar, in the, you know, being caught up in her emotions yesterday, she must have forgotten. I'm just going to say that she forgot about all of that. We haven't forgot about that. Tamar is really the queen of throwing the stone, hiding her hand. We all know that. And now, you know, the term Muppet has taken on a life of its own. So even if Tamar and K. Michelle ever were to be friends, that Muppet thing is already, honey, it's already signed, sealed, and delivered in the Constitution, okay, that Tamar looks like a Muppet. But yeah, you know, when I watched it yesterday, I mean, I felt general sadness for a woman who, you know, is in the public eye and always have to be under the microscope. And I mean, I felt sorry for her in that sense, that she had a weak moment, that she, you know, felt that people talked. Yeah, I can relate with all of that. But yeah, I don't know if I can feel super sorry for her, because Tamar has had plenty of opportunities to forget about this whole thing. It's ridiculous, the fight that they're even having, because they're fighting with each other when it didn't have anything to do with Tamar. Tamar came in. I mean, Toya is long out the picture now. We don't even hear much about Memphis no more. Tamar and K. Michelle is gonna keep this thing going, and I think K. Michelle, even to this day, will leave it alone if Tamar will leave it alone. Okay, but the minute Tamar says something, honey, you better believe K. Michelle's gonna have an answer for you. So it's really up to Tamar to just kind of leave it alone. But yeah, you guys, did you guys see the you know, her talking on the Real? Tell me what you guys thought about it. I know a lot of people don't have much sympathy for Tamar. She doesn't make it easy. But do you agree that, you know, she's brought a lot of these problems on herself, or do you think that K. Michelle has taken it too far, you guys? I mean, can we even blame Michelle now for how far the Muppet term has gone? Y'all leave y'all comments down below. Guys, the Empire finale is done. The numbers are in, and it was a hell of a finale. I already told you guys how I felt about the finale. However, 21.1 million people watched the finale, and that would make Empire's finale the highest amongst freshman shows, you know, the highest number viewed of the show since season 1 finale of Grey's Anatomy back in 2005. So Empire has done really, really well. Already told you guys, I hope they can redeem themselves on this next season. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about New York Undercover and his untimely death on the show. You know, I wasn't really surprised that he was killed off, because I never felt that he was much of, I didn't even know what the hell he did on the show. I kept on asking, was he the lawyer? Is he just the muscle? Is, you know, what was he? They never really said. But when he died off, I didn't really feel no kind of way about it. Well, now it's coming out that the reason, there's a couple of reasons why. One of the reasons was that they say he has a raging drug habit, that he was coming to the set, he was high, or he was, you know, on something, and the powers that be noticed that he was having this problem, and they didn't want the problem, so they killed off his character. That's the one story that I've heard. The other story, and I think the one that I probably believe a little bit more, is the fact that when New York Undercover was on, remember I told you guys in another top of the blogs that he outed Jussie Smollett, and then when, you know, everybody was just like, oh, he is gay, you know, he thought that everybody already knew. And then of course it forced Jussie to kind of come out and speak on it, you know, and his whole thing was, I never was in the closet, I just never have spoken on my sexuality, because who just speaks on their sexuality? People shouldn't have to do that, they should just live their life. But as much as I would like for that to be the reality for everybody, I mean, we just can't, you know, we can't be blind to the fact that, you know, if you are gay and you're outed like that, then it's a big deal. When you are a celebrity, especially he's a black guy, he's a celebrity, and then he's trying to become this R&B singer, I'm sure they would have rather have kept that just in the background. He probably wasn't going to be singing from the rafters that he was gay. Maybe he wasn't going to deny or confirm it, the same as like Queen Latifah has done. After that happened, it kind of forced Jussie to kind of come out officially. He did it on Ellen DeGeneres, and like I said, he played it down and was just like, it's not really no big deal. Well, that might have been the nail in the coffin for Mr. New York Undercover, because after that happened, evidently he had a meeting with some people, and he posted on Instagram like, don't be surprised if New York Undercover ain't really on the show too much longer. So I think he had got an inkling of some shit that might be going down. And then they say that right before they were about to film the finale, he got a call from Lee Daniels, and Lee Daniels told him that, you know, the higher ups again said that somebody has to die on the show, and since you ain't did shit on the show, don't nobody know what the fuck you do on the show, we gonna kill you off. Those are the two rumors. I believe the second one a little bit more. Maybe it's a combination of the both. What do you guys think? I mean, does Malik Yoba look like he could have a raging drug habit? I mean, I don't know. You can't never really tell, but he's always so calm and relaxed and laid back and everything. On like, he can't be on nothing. Like, he ain't on that Columbus Short. That Columbus Short was on some other kind of shit. Damn, New York Undercover, wish he could talk that fucking fast. Anyway, like I said, I don't really care, because he wasn't too much of anything on the show for me anyway. Alright, you guys, that ugly little boy. Y'all know who I'm talking about, Rich Homie Quan. Y'all, he out there pulling some old hood Magnum PI stunts out in Miami. So it was Sunday night, and Rich Homie Quan and the homies, they decided that they wanted to go to Live. Is it Live or is it Live? I think it's Live at Fontainebleau. And when we got there, the club was at capacity. It was super stuffed. There was a big long line out front. Rich Homie Quan was like, nah, y'all, we ain't gonna stand in that line. We're gonna go around to the back, to the VIP entrance. When he got around to the back, security was just like, you ain't gonna get in back here. I just said it was to capacity. You cannot go in. Rich Homie Quan was like, what? What you mean we not gonna go in? Do you know who I am? I'm Rich Homie Quan. That means that I'm rich, homie. That was corny. He started to fussing with the guy and name dropping, like, I came here with Flo Rida and I'm with him and I'm going in that club, you know, and the security guard was like, the fuck you are? You gonna take your ugly little self with the rest of your friends around to the front and stand in line? Okay, well, Rich Homie didn't like that. Okay, so he got to swinging. He hit the old security guard in the face a couple of times. And I guess once they realized that they were going to be in trouble, maybe the law was coming or something, Rich Homie Quan and his folks ran through the parking lot, ran across the street. It's some main street. Let me see, what was the name of the damn street? Collins Avenue, y'all. I guess there's the water is right there. It had a speedboat docked at the damn, you know, right there at the what's the name of the thing, y'all? Oh my god, my head. You know, the platform where the boat is, the dock. He jumped their ass up on there and sped off in the damn boat. So So then, of course, they were all on the news. You know, the man was like, and he ran across Collins Avenue, where they say he jumped into a speedboat. It was all on the news. Okay, Rich Homie Quan did this big getaway in a speedboat. Okay, like it's some fucking Miami Vice or some shit. The police wanted him for questioning. Well, then I saw on his Instagram, he was on Johnny Blaze's Instagram, and supposedly they were in Africa. Well, that was a fucking long-ass speedboat ride, I guess. I tell you niggas, they should have never gave you niggas money. I don't know what else has happened with that. I'm sure they got a hold of them and they've questioned them or whatever, but I'm gonna need Rich Homie Quan and these homeboys go sit their ugly motherfucking asses down some damn where. Alright, y'all, next, Laura Govan has found herself in a bit of a pickle. She has been the girlfriend and then fiance to NBA player Gilbert Arenas since 2002. However, they have never tied the knot. Now, you guys know that Gilbert and Laura's, their whole love story has played out quite extensively in the blogs, okay? They got together, they were dating, one of them proposed to the other one. You know, I kind of feel like she wrote him a note. They was at a party and either she wrote him a note that said, will you marry me? Or he wrote her a note that said, will you marry me? I remember seeing the video. I almost feel like she was on wrote the note. Anyway, they got engaged. They had 4 kids. Well, they had 3 kids together. And then right after I think she had that 3rd kid, she started to have an affair with Shaquille O'Neal. You guys, they've done a really good job of cleaning up that affair. I mean, it's really hard to find information on it on the internet these days. As I was looking today, couldn't really remember exactly the particulars, but it was some emails and some text messages. You know, when Shawnee and Shaq were going through their shit, the emails had came out saying, you know, like, I'm at the hotel and where are you? And I can't wait to lick it and you let me taste it and all of this. This is back and forth between Laura and Shaq. After that broke, a few days after that broke, and I mean like a few days after that broke, Shawnee filed for divorce. And they were going through their divorce, and then it looked like they were going to try to work it out. They got back together for a little while, but then Shawnee and Shaq finally just called it a day. In the middle of all of that going on, I guess, Laura and Gilbert, I think she got pregnant again. So this would be baby number 4. This was right around the time when she was supposed to go on Basketball Wives LA. They broke up and he put her out the house and he kept her from getting any money and all of that. Okay, so this is around 2010, I think I would say. So from 2002 to 2010. She goes on to Basketball Wives, and you guys, we already know what happened on there. You know, she was like, that's after she had her 4th kid. She was heavy and she was going through the whole thing. Gilbert wasn't giving her any money and shit, so she had given him a she served him with papers. Remember, she served him with child support papers at his damn NBA game. You guys, I hurt my thumb. It hurts so bad. I hit it the other day. But anyway, she served him with papers, was for child support for all them goddamn kids that they had together. Plus, you know, some support for her because, like I said, he had to put her ass out. And you guys remember that first season of Basketball Wives? She was pretty shot out. After all of that, they were able to get back together. She came back on the Basketball Wives, had then lost her weight, was looking good, got her a new hairdo. He gave her this humongous ass ring. I think they said it was 23 carats, somewhere around the amount of $1 million. Okay, he gave her this ring and she was living it up and kind of pushing everybody's face in it like, yeah, I got it going on. But of course, they went off the show, both her and her sister, and you know, as far as we were concerned, her and Gilbert were happily ever after with their 4 kids in their house. Well, come to find out, at the end of last year, they broke up. I guess he didn't put her ass out the house again. He said, take these little nigglets with you. I know you guys will be mad if you call them nigglets. I'm just kidding, you guys. Shit. He said take them kids with you. He put her and the 4 kids out the house and ain't giving her no money and took back that $1 million damn ring, okay, and sold it. So now Laura is very upset and she is has filed in court, you know, that she is going to sue him for selling off her ring without her permission, and also that he needs to give child support and he needs to give spousal support because even though she's never married him, he promised her that he would take care of her as if she were his wife, so she feels like she's entitled to this money. She's been there since 2002. What do you guys think? My whole thing is, why haven't you got married? Like, why haven't you gotten married? I mean, 2002 to 2014 took you guys 12 years. You didn't get married. If you wasn't gonna get married, I really wish you at least did what Shani did and was stacking your money. Cause honey, y'all remember when we found out that Shani was stacking her money? I mean, Lord, you didn't have sense enough to be putting shit away for a rainy day. You already know the nigga is crazy. You guys go back and forth. You ain't putting no money up. She be sharp as a fucking tack. I'm telling you guys, this girl dresses to the T. Clothes just like very high fashion, very couture, very expensive clothes. I don't understand women. Like, you invest so much time with a person and then when they want to put your ass out, you don't have shit to show for it. Nothing. Nothing all for being taken care of. And all of that. I would love to have me a rich man and all that. I always tell ladies on my videos, do not let a man be your sole survival. I'm not saying that you're supposed to always be looking at a nigga with side eye and thinking that they gonna put your ass out and everything, but we as women, we make that mistake a lot of times, and then you find yourself put out and with the kids and with nothing to show for it. So I guess I have a feeling that she's gonna get some money. I mean, she has 4 young kids. I think they said that she just had a miscarriage. That would have been her 5th child. But Gilbert seems to be over it. He posted some shit about how, and I'm paraphrasing, but he basically was saying on Instagram how, you know, both Laura and her sister are like gold diggers, that they be on the red carpets, they ain't stars, okay, they don't do shit. Like, why are you even on a red carpet? Don't take care of your kids. I mean, he puts all this out and says all this shit about her, and then of course a couple of days later says it wasn't about her and her sister. He was just talking in general. Yeah, Gilbert, I don't really think so, because it all very much pertained to Laura and Gloria. And then the whole thing is just weird because Gloria and Laura, they seem like they have a really strange relationship. They almost seem like they don't really even get along. Okay, you guys know that Gloria seems like she's like almost robotic, no real feelings. It's very hard to understand and read that girl. And then it always seemed like Laura and Matt were closer, like buddies, than Gloria and Matt were. So, you know, all of the shit was just weird. I feel bad that she, you know, she just decided to stick around with him all this time and he didn't put her ass out. But yeah, you know, you gonna learn one way or the other. You cannot put all your eggs in one basket, girl. You next time, stack your paper, please. Okay, you guys, this Amber Rose slut walk that she has coming up in the summer. Actually, the slut walk is not a new phenomenon. Okay, it's been going on since 2011. They started the walk up in Canada, I believe. And the walk was to show support for women who were raped or women who have been victimized in that way sexually and were blamed for it because of the way that they walk, talk, dress. You know how that whole thing goes. So it's not necessarily a new phenomenon. They get these women, they have these big walks for however many miles. They dress, or they have, like, you know, what would be considered slutty clothes, and they walk, and, you know, it's a big show of support for women and women's issues. It's a feminist movement. Amber likens herself to be a new feminist. She's taken on the argument of trying to take up for women who are slut shamed and looked at in public as, you know, just a slut because of the things that they do. Not necessarily that they are a slut, but that's the way that they are perceived. So Amber Rose's whole thing is, you know what, I'm going to speak up for the women, okay, who might be mothers, okay, women who want to be shown sexually, people who want to wear whatever they want to wear or pose the way they want to pose, or do whatever the fuck they want to do, as long as it ain't hurting nobody else. I am going to be the spokesperson to get this slut walk, okay, together. All the women out there who have been slut shamed in the past, don't worry, I am going to be your spokesperson. And if that's what she wants to do, fine. Again, in this day and age of social media, people put so much emphasis on what they think you should be doing, when one, they ass ain't doing shit right either. It's just not out there for everybody to see. And two, just because you see a woman in a bathing suit, or just because you see a woman at a club somewhere dancing, and you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're having sex. If you take a picture with a man, okay, that doesn't mean that you're having sex with him, okay? If you post pictures of you or out somewhere with, you know how it goes, that whole social media thing. So I don't have a problem with it. And I don't care about none of it. Like, I can't be concerned about any woman's sexual activities except for my own, and to make sure that my daughter ain't having none, okay? Other than that, what the fuck do I care? If that woman over there is sleeping with whoever the hell she chooses to be with, okay? It's a thing about women. We use that whole slut thing, because I almost feel like women use it more than men. But the minute that we feel like we want to talk down or bad about somebody, we bring up the fact of, you know, that they are a slut, or that they sleep around or anything. Yeah, like, I mean, you know, that to me, I don't care. So that's why I don't really care about this slut walk. If that's what you decide to do, I know a lot of people don't understand it, but if that's what you decide to do, that's fine. Get on out there and do what you gotta do, okay? Sluts unite. I ain't no slut though, y'all. I promise you I'm not. And lastly, you guys, Evelyn Lozada, she has a new show that will be airing on OWN. And it'll be about her life with her kids, her fiance, and all her fiance's money. Shit. I am so not mad at Evelyn Lozada for not going back to basketball. Why? She was very smart not to do that. That show looks like it is imploding as we speak. She turned it down, and maybe because she already knew she had this in the works. But yeah, very smart not to go back, okay? Because she was already branded a certain way on that show. She's gone through a lot of steps to try to distance herself from that. Been pretty much out of the spotlight, doing her own thing, having nothing to do with that show. So it was even smart of her to not even let her show go back to VH1, because you guys, we know that VH1 be on some fool fucking niggatry all the time, and that they probably wouldn't have edited her correctly. Okay, so now we just gonna take all of this over to OWN with Ayanla and Oprah and Tyler and, you know, TD Jakes and all of them, and maybe we can get a better image of Evelyn, and good for her. Found somebody else who, you know, I don't think they're married yet, and we gonna need y'all to get married now, Evelyn. We ain't gonna wait another 9, 10, 11 years, are we? But it looks like they're about to start filming in these next couple of weeks, and then the show is supposed to air in July. Will you be watching? We do this every single week, so make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.